Hello everyone. In this video I am going to explain about the memory management. So a memory management is one of the function of an operating system. Okay. So first of all we will just get to know what is an operating system. So here as a computer is a machine, right? So as a user we are communicating with a computer. So how it is possible? Because a machine can understand only the machine language, that is the binary code 0 and 1. Okay. So the instructions it can understand in the form of 0 and 1 only. As a user, I know English like language, or as a programmer I can give the instructions in the form of by using a different programming languages, for example C, C++, Java and etc. Okay, I can write a programs with the help of these programming languages, and I just want to execute these programs with the computer. As a machine, it does not understand what is a English like language or a programming language. It can understand only the machine language. Then how it is possible to communicate with the machine, and machine has to give the result to the user, which is not understandable by the user. The machine language the user can't understand, right? Understood. So here the user wants to talk with the machine. So how it is possible to make the communication between user and machine? There is a one software called operating system. Okay, so software, it is a collection of programs which is used to create a communication between user and a computer. Okay, so here we are working with a computer, means we are talking with the OS to perform a certain task. Okay, so with the help of machine, the different parts of the, by using the different parts of the machine, it is going to execute our task. Okay, so this is all about OS. OS here it is having one of the function, that is memory management. So as a computer here there is a one part within the computer, that is a memory, right? So the computer is consisting some sort of memory. We call it as a main memory or a primary memory also, or physical memory. We can call it as anything. So here how this OS is managing this memory in the process of executing our programs. Okay. So as a machine, it is working as a machine, we are working with CPU as well as the memory. So from the definition I would like to bring few points, that is a computer is an electronic device. Okay, it is an electronic device. What it can do means it can takes input from the user. Okay, after taking the input it will store the data in its memory location. It stores the data, then after it will process the data further for user. So it is processing the data for the user, then after it will generate the output. So these are the functions, these are the mechanism the computer, this is the work the computer is doing. Okay, so the first point is it is taking the input from the user. Input means what? Input means it may be the programs, it may be the problems, or it may be some sort of applications the user wants to execute, right? So here overall I can say that the computer is solving our problems. A problem means you can consider it as a program. So here solving means what? It is solving. That means it is executing. Okay. So with the help of what? With the help of CPU, it is executing the programs. The programs are resided in at where in the computer? The programs are resided in the memory. So programs, we can call it a program as a process also. So the processor is executing the processes which are residing at the memory. Okay. How these programs are stored within the memory? Because the computer is taking the input in the sense the processes or the programs which was provided by the user, it is storing inside the memory location. Okay. So once the process is available within the memory location, whenever the CPU gives time for the particular process, for example, P1 is a process, P1 is generated by the user. Okay. So given by the user. So this process P1 is available within the memory. So now what a computer have to do means, it has to take this P1 from the memory and it has to execute. Okay, on certain conditions it has to execute this P1. So where it will be available? It is available within the registers, or it is available with the cache, main memory or secondary memory. So we will discuss that also. Okay. So as the CPU, whenever it is searching for the P1 process, the user process, it will search first with the registers. Registers are the limited memory area. It is a one type of memory location where the CPU can access it in a short period of time. Means here the access time is very less. Okay. So access time is very less when compared with other memory locations. So to far from these registers, there is a cache location also. This is also called as a virtual memory, and there is a main memory. So here the memory which was talked about, we can call it as main memory also. Okay. And there is a secondary memory also. Okay. Secondary memory means what? The information which was taken from the secondary storage devices. Okay. Secondary storage devices, it may be CDs, DVDs, pen drives or floppy disk or magnetic tape or magnetic disk, so on. Okay. So these are all called as secondary storage devices. From these devices, the user can give the program, or the CPU can take the part of the program for the execution. Okay. So here the user gave one process for the execution. Right. So what the CPU will do means, it first search in the register for P1 process. It is the time for execution of P1. Then what it is doing, it is searching in the registers. Okay. And when compared with the register, the cache is having the access time more than the registers. Okay. It is also having the access time, but it will take just a long time period to access this cache memory, and a more long time for accessing the main memory, and a longer time for secondary memory when compared with these memories to access. Okay. So it is searching within the registers. If it is not available within the register, then it will go for the cache. Okay. If it is also not available with the cache memory, then it will search this process P1 within the main memory. The user gave the process, and that process is, if the process is available within the main memory, for the first time it will access the process from main memory. So here the access time is more. Okay. When compared with registers, the main memory access time is more. Okay. For the first time it will load the process and it will execute the P1 process. It completes the process. As it is a recent performed process, then for future purpose, the CPU, what it will do means, the CPU, it will load the process P1 and onto the cache. Because, why? Because every time if the CPU wants to access certain process from main memory, then it has to take more access time. It need a more time to access this particular process. Okay, so from cache it is very easy. It will take less time. When compared with main memory, it will take less time to access P1. So further, a future purpose means at the time of executing P1 or at the time of executing some other processes, if this file is required, the CPU can access this process 1 from cache. Okay, so like that, these processes can be loaded on the requirement by the CPU in the registers, cache or main memory. Okay, so we will call it as the access time. Okay, accessing a particular process for the execution. So whenever the system got shut down, so these memories can be cleared. These memories will be cleared, and all the information which was available with the cache and main memory, that is totally cleared when the system shuts down. Okay, so here whenever the CPU wants to execute some sort of programs, it is loading from the memory. So this is how the operating system will work, and further lectures or further topics we will discuss in the next video. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you all uh, got the point about the memory management, how the operating system is managing the memory which is inside the computer. Okay, thank you for watching this video.